Welcome to the Star Citizen Speed Feed, your weekly recap of Star Citizen happenings and what's going on in the community. Hope your coffee is small today because it's a nice quick week. I've got a TLDR of the Star Citizen live chat, a new ship, and Alien Week. Because of recency bias, let's start talking about Alien Week first. This started yesterday, and alongside that came the Prowler Utility. It focuses on cargo hauling with 32 SCU, a size 2 tractor beam, 2 size 4 guns that are controlled by the pilot, and 2 size 3s controlled by a remote turret. The focus is a low signature for stealth cargo, so all you silly little baddies out there running drugs can be all sneaky and cheeky. I also like the concept they showed off of someone just popping in there and stealing some cargo and running away. I think it'd be really fun to watch a large cargo hauler having to defend off little prowlers coming in like seagulls trying to steal your french fries. Well, not fun for the cargo hauler, but for everyone else involved. But in the theme of Alien, a certain brand-new game is about to give us a big shakeup. Firstly, a cooking contest. Link is below if you're interested, but you can win a Talon, Santok Yai, or the aforementioned Prowler Utility, all with LTI. Secondly, it was confirmed that some ships in the game are no longer going to be purchasable by AUEC, but rather be available through Wicklow missions exclusively. I like this idea overall because it varies up your gameplay, but I'd prefer it if the exclusive ships make sense to be there, like a ship that a manufacturer no longer distributes because maybe they have new models of it, like a car dealer pawning their old stock off to Wicklow. I doubt they'll think that deeply about it, but how do you feel overall about this system? This all aside, Star Citizen Live went over vehicle flight and ship balances. Most of it was stuff we already knew, but I'll say it again in case anybody has missed this news in the past, or you just want to make sure that you're absolutely not missing out on anything. But first, I would like to give gratitude to my Fourth Wall subscribers. These guys let me do what I do here. And they get access to exclusive content like vlogs or outtakes that I don't post anywhere else. And we have a leaderboard every month where you can play games with us to compete for prizes. Come on, tell me you don't want a little chibi leaf. Well, don't tell me that, it'll make me sad. Anyways, back to the SC Live. Flight is about to get a lot more natural and more complicated. Control surfaces are gonna solve a lot of issues with the game, like big capital ships floating in atmosphere. Your ship will have weight, and the weight of your components and missiles is going to affect your ship flight, which I think is a really great way to diversify combat. There's going to be a UI element telling you if your ship is too heavy to lift off due to cargo. You'll be able to turn off IFCS options to gain benefits with trade-offs like gravity compensation, much like decoupling, and you'll be able to evade better, albeit flight will be a little more dangerous as a result. There are other examples they gave as well, but it's kind of that same principle as Blades, but with ship control systems. You get this thing, but you lose this thing. But it brings in a lot of dynamics to discover new ways to approach situations that others might not have seen, or just place your flight style a little bit better. You know how you put power into your engines so that you can get a faster boost recharge? Well, now that's going to be for engine power. There's no longer a limit on top speeds, to a degree. You're not going to go infinity speed. This is a game and they have to have limitations. But now you can modify your ship's power and weight in ways that gives you more initial speed, alongside other options. With no limit to top speeds, it makes sense to eliminate nav mode, which they said is going to happen. That's right, Master Modes is dying. But as for when we're gonna get this, I believe turbulence is already in the PTU that will cause a little bit of disruption in your flight, but all the other systems are still gonna be a little ways off. They said the code base is in the game, but it's not quite ready to activate and turn on. How do you feel about this approach over Master Modes? Are you one of the ones rejoicing? Well, that was the juice of everything. They said medium fighters are gonna get looked at. They understand that they're underperforming, but it's really hard to capture data in a system that they know is going to be changing very soon. And everything else just kind of felt like non-answers, nothing revolutionary or committal. Questions like, will ground vehicles become more useful, turned into answers like, yes. Okay, not a lot of theory crafting we can do off that. Either way, head over to the shop if you want to spend some money on Alien Week, and if you'd rather give your money to a more worthy cause, go buy my merch or subscribe to my Fourth Wall. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of the Speed Feed, and stay tuned. I should have some gameplay coming out soon on the channel. I want to get more videos out on the channel, but again, it's all about that time dedication. So thank you to the Fourth Wall subscribers for giving me the option to put a little bit more time to the channel bit by bit. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, be kind, and we'll see you in the verse.